this one in the slot, shoots, he scores! And the fans are on their feet here at the horizon, and the cup cometh to Chicago!
After winning the second Stanley Cup in Pittsburgh, I actually got picked up by Tampa, so I knew there was no chance of winning a championship with Tampa because we were an expansion team, and we had it's no knock against Tampa, no knock against my teammates, but we were a bunch of cast-offs, I guess, and we actually had a really good team, really fun team, really hard-working team in there, but that wasn't going to happen. And then during the lockout year, 94-95, my whole connection with Ubriaco and Tony Esposito and Tony and Phil Esposito were running Tampa, and it got me the chance to come to the Chicago Wolves in their inaugural year. And again, we were an expansion franchise. We were trying to, more or less survive and try to establish some foundation to this franchise. And I think we did a great job. But it took a while for the franchise to develop into what it is and establish from the top down, from our ownership down to all the players of the winning tradition and the winning formula to winning cups.
No championship is the same, and because whether you've grown a little older, so your perspective on the whole thing has changed, or like I said, now you have children who, they were little teeny things when we won in Pittsburgh, so they don't remember any of that. So to see them, they watched their dad play the whole season, they were rooting him on. I mean, even Matthew being as young as he was, he turned 4 when I'm trying to think how old he was when we won that first championship. He was older than that. But to see them be a part of it and in the dressing room, and Wendell holding the cup and Gabrielle drinking from the cup, and it was just very exciting. You never take it for granted because you never know what's going to happen. So you just, and you get onto a team with, and we were older at that point, so you're in a room with guys that have maybe never gotten to a championship game at any level. And you kind of almost are feeding on their enthusiasm, and you want to do it for them too, so that they know what it feels like. For me, with the girls in the room, in the washroom and the kids, I've been there, and I want you guys to know what it feels like, because it's such a wonderful feeling.
We had a great team, and that's another thing about winning this championship was we knew we had a good team, and a lot of teams go in the playoffs knowing they have a great team, but we knew there was something special about our team. And Game 7, come back, win Game 6 at home. Game 7, it's for everything. Especially we didn't have a really good relationship with the Detroit Vipers, and it was pretty nasty from day one, right from management to players to everything, and coaches. Everything was, we didn't like them straight through. Game 7, little brawl and warm up. It seemed like I got stuck out there with Stevie Martins and Dougie Baralt, and it seemed like their whole team was around, and started a brawl, and actually held up the game for like 45 minutes, and actually was good because we had a huge crowd, a massive crowd, and the crowd was so much into it, and nothing going into the third period, and some quick goals by us, and end up winning the championship. And it kind of it was unique for me to be a part of that championship team, especially with all the hard work that went into it to get this franchise going, and the passion of the franchise. So it was a proud moment in the fact that we got to bring something to Chicago, a championship like that, and especially to this franchise.
I was here for the warm-ups for Game 7. I was here with Gabrielle and Matthew, and my parents and Wendell's parents, and we were sitting in the stands. We had come early because we knew it was going to be a crazy, wild crowd that night. And I had the children on either side of me, and they weren't very old at that point. And watching warm-ups end, and I remember watching, Doug Burrell skate down the ice, and then I just remember, I kind of remember it happened so quickly, and then I was concerned about the kids seeing something happen. That was sort of my immediate concern, was I didn't want them to see, because it looked pretty bad pretty quickly. So I was trying to stay calm for them. I was pretty upset, but I was trying to stay calm for them. I just didn't really want them to see anything, bad happen, and it looked pretty scary there for a while. So I think I maybe was yelling a little bit, but.
Somebody that was put in a special place all the time. I think that's where I was. I was lucky, and again, I always say I should be buying lottery tickets. I'm in the right place at the right time. For me, all the variables that put me into Chicago. I am truly blessed in the hockey world, but it was a thing that kind of was the last championship that I could possibly win, and getting a chance to do it, and kind of have that distinction, I guess is the word I'm looking for, is the distinction of being a part of those 4 championships that no one else has been a part of as a player. And it kind of solidified my career, I guess, in so many words, that I've actually, I have been a part of a lot of championships at a lot of different levels, and that's what's kind of unique. I always carry on. The great players will never get that chance to do that because they'll play in the NHL and they'll play in the minors and all that stuff. But I've been fortunate enough to be good enough to play in the NHL and just not good enough to play in the NHL. So a lot of players don't have that unique chance to do that, and especially now with the International League gone to the wayside. I'm a very fortunate person.
I don't think at the time, to be perfectly honest, that I was aware that, if he wins this and he wins the Turner Cup, that means he's won everything that he could possibly win, that he would have been I've not been one ever to really been, I couldn't quote you his goals against average. I wasn't kind of that person. To me, it was always him accomplishing his goal and doing his job to the best of his ability. So that is winning a championship. So I don't think I was really aware that this meant he was going to win. He would be the only player to have won all 4 hockey championships that you could win. It was only afterwards that maybe, I don't even know that he really thought about it at that point, to be perfectly honest. It was certainly nothing we talked about, because it was just, we were here, we were the Chicago Wolves. The goal here is to win the championship, and that's what we're going to do.
Actually has our record, 1998 on the side with the Turner Cup. It has our record for the season and then our record in the playoffs, which it was 50-something wins. So that was another good year. It's I guess it shows you the kind of team we had.